Hello there, guys, and welcome to the third episode of a bonus level podcast.
Hey, guys.
Hello, guys.
And today we've got game news, movie news, we're all about that, and you can listen on Spotify and Patreon. But anyway, let's get into the questions of the week. So the first question comes from Sebas14_04, and he says, what video game do you want to play as a child but never got to play? Well, this is once actually kind of my fault. When Mortal Kombat X came out, I showed my dad all the fatalities, and he did not let me get the game, so kind of my fault on that one. Anyway, I'll pass it on to you.
I don't really blame him for that. It's a bit of a brutal game, but I've got a story. It popped straight into my head. As a kid, I wanted GTA San Andreas. My dad picked it up for me, of course, because the age rating, we went home, chucked it into the Xbox, we started playing. My mum got home from work and it didn't go down too well for my dad, so we had to return it, and I ended up with Star Wars The Force Unleashed instead. But
it's
not a bad game.
It's a good game, but I think the strippers and hitting people over the head with golf clubs sort of put my mum off the game. But yeah, that was my one.
Yeah,
actually,
I'm in the same boat. I was never allowed GTA 5 until I got it, because it was only like a year away, and I had GTA San Andreas on the PlayStation 2, but my parents never knew about it. And I had GTA 3 and I had GTA Vice City, but amongst about 120 games that were bought for me, those ones that had higher age ratings, they never knew about. But I wasn't allowed GTA 5 for the first year it released.
Oh wait, can I just stop you there? We said like what game you want to play as a kid. We're talking about GTA 5. That is still the latest GTA. It's mad.
I said San Andreas. I'm basically a granddad at this point.
Yeah.
So. My answer is the same. GTA. I
GTA,
still haven't played it to this day, and not because I don't want, or like not because I'm not allowed to, just because I just haven't gotten time to do it.
Yeah.
Wait, can I stop you there? What is your favourite GTA?
It's got to be
San
either 5 or San Andreas, isn't it?
Yeah. I say Vice City or San Andreas. Vice City.
San Andreas has to be.
I would say San Andreas or GTA 5.
Anyhow, on to the next question. This is from Dark Crane 66. See what you did there. And he said, in the film there are 25 main planets. In Lego Star Wars there is 23. What 2 planets do you think will be missing as explorable? Well, this is actually quite hard. I think Exegol might be one. Mind you, we see that in the gameplay trailer, don't we? So it's a very hard one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think from the top of my head. There's that many planets. I'm
Crate.
trying to think of the use.
I feel like it's going to be Yavin and Crate, because those are moons, right?
I think it will be the base from
No,
Force
it can't be
Awakens.
Crate. It can't be Crate.
Yeah, Crate would be an iconic one. It's the only one from Last Jedi.
It's only a short map. It's not a big map at all, is it?
Yeah, but
I swear we've seen it in the trailers now.
Yeah, we've seen it. Yeah. We get to go there in the game, but I don't think it's going to be a hub world. I don't think it's going to be one of the planets in space. Or at least it might be, but it's going to only be a short area. So we're still going to, because we have to go to every different planet when we're traveling in space and going to different levels. Yeah. So there's going to be a planet Crate, but I don't think it's going to be a hub world which you can return to in free roam.
You say that, however, there are 28 unique locations. You've got to take that into consideration.
Yeah, but only 23 of those are planets. So that's what I'm saying. It could be within the 28 locations, but I don't think it's going to be one of the main hub world planets.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll get your point. I've got quite a good one. What do you guys think about Ilum? Because going to have Starkiller Base, but do you reckon we'll have Ilum?
So
no,
I made a whole video about this a while ago. So at the time it was a 50-50 because from what my understanding was, we could go to all of these planets and we can go in any era. But from what I understand, based off of recent news that came to me, it's not new news, but it's something I figured out quite later, is that the free roam in the game apparently is going to be era specific.
Yeah.
So if Starkiller Base is in the sequel trilogy, it's not going to be in the prequels.
So I'll explain it like this. Say you start off in episode 4. You start off on Tatooine. Tatooine is the only planet that is unlocked in the episode 4 galaxy. And then every single time you need to go to a new planet, that planet unlocks in space, and then you go to that planet. But Starkiller Base is never in episode 4, so you never unlock it in episode 4. But they're also like Astro said, era specific. So when you're in episode 4, Tatooine is going to be different to the Tatooine from episode 1.
Yeah, exactly.
And therefore, you're probably not going to get Coruscant in the original trilogy either, because you never go to Coruscant in the original trilogy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and one of the
it's a dynamic feature.
One of the interviews from E3, I believe it was James McLaughlin who said it. You actually, when you play through the story, if you start on episode 4 and you unlock Tatooine and you go into episode 1, you can still jump back to Tatooine whenever you want.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
All right, so let's move on to the next question, and this is by Spartan. Which is your favourite trilogy? I'm going to say prequels. I love the prequels, especially after Clone Wars and the new Bad Batch coming out. There's a lot of prequel stuff, so I have to go with prequels.
Is Clone Wars considered
it's
prequel
backed
trilogy?
up the prequels. It's kind of made it better for you. You know, after watching Clone Wars and then you watch the prequels.
But if you so it's the prequel era. But if you say trilogy-wise, you have to do it by the 3 movies. So episode 1, 2, and 3,
Still
or
go
4,
with
5, and
prequels.
6, or 7.
Well, I mean,
and
if you
9.
look at it objectively, Revenge of the Sith is one of the really... you can debate this, but it's by far the best movie in the prequels. You look at the originals, all of them are solid. And then you look at the sequel trilogy, and based off your opinion, either none of them are solid or one of them is solid. So... really, I think the only answer is the original trilogy, even though I prefer the prequel era.
I agree. Well, I agree. The original trilogy is my favourite, but I do really like the prequel trilogy still. It's the trilogy that I grew up on, but in experience growing up and watching Star Wars more, I do prefer the original trilogy.
Right.
Yeah, I have to go. I mean, I go for the original because that's what I grew up watching a lot, especially with my my dad, because he's quite a Star Wars fan. So we watched the originals quite a lot. But I used to watch the prequels quite a lot as well, especially Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith. Not a massive fan of Attack of the Clones. I think it's a load of rubbish. Slightly in the comments if you like it, but I didn't think it was that good of a movie, especially when they kill off Kit Fisto. Disgraceful.
Oh.
But
that's not episode 2.
Oh no, do you mean Coleman Trevor? Coleman Trevor, you mean?
I
No,
swear
isn't
it's
Kit
episode
Fisto
2.
in the Clone Wars?
No, he dies by Palpatine, Kit Fisto.
Yeah.
In episode 2, isn't it not?
No, you're on about Coleman Treble, the guy who gets shot by Django and falls.
Wait, I've got...
Wait, Coleman
no,
Treble
wait, what?
does? I didn't realise that.
Yeah,
either.
Coleman Trevor was
Coleman
killed
Trevor
by
died.
Jango
Wait,
Fett
hold
next
on,
to
hold
Count
on,
You guys
hold on,
need to
hold on.
watch them again.
Wait,
But-
hold on.
Yeah, Kit Fisto was...
Kit
Yeah, he
Fisto
was
dies
in the
by-
Clone Wars, so he couldn't
It
have
was-
died in episode 2.
The people who went into Palpatine's office was Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, Saesee Tiin, and Aegon
Okay.
Kolar.
There you go,
Yeah,
so he died in
that's
episode
it.
3.
Anyway, that leads us on to the next question pretty well, which is, who is your least favourite Jedi in the prequel era?
Oh, Jesus. I would say
Ahsoka.
Anakin episode 2.
Oh,
I think that's a fair... Yeah, I would say Anakin episode 2. Because
I needed-
he's just the whiny baby.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair. Okay, I don't like Ahsoka that much. She's annoying.
yeah.
I mean, she's a good... Okay, she evolves into a good character, but it's so annoying to me how she's... I can't stand her in the first 3 seasons of Clone Wars, and then all of the fans are just so obnoxious about Ahsoka. I don't even enjoy her being on screen anymore.
I think that's because, just in general, the first 3 seasons of a Clone Wars aren't that great anyway. So
I mean,
it's when they get into the writing the Clone Wars properly for the Star
Yeah.
Wars fans.
I mean,
instead of children,
I
then
was
Ahsoka
watching-
gets better.
I was watching Clone Wars when it was coming out. I was like 7 when I was watching it all as it was coming out as a kid, and
Okay.
I never grew attached to Ahsoka. Rex is my favorite Star Wars character of all time. I grew attached to Rex really easily, but I was never a fan of Ahsoka. I don't know if she. Okay. So the question is who's my least favorite Jedi? I don't think she's my least favorite Jedi, but she's what immediately came to my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So
I have
I
to
mean, I
say,
can't think of anything else.
For mine, I'm just going to go with Shock T. It's just any Jedi. I don't-
Shakti.
Yeah. just throw it in
Shakti's
there.
awesome. What do you mean?
No, but I mean, you got Luminol and Dooley, Plo Koon, Kiadi Munde.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I
they're,
thought-
they're all alright, aren't they?
Yeah.
Can I change my answer to
Get it.
Luminara?
Shocked.
Really?
Oh,
Oh, I
yeah, I
want
was
to
going
change
to say,
my
really?
Yeah, I want to change my answer.
What's
Luna.
your
Right.
least favorite?
If I go least favorite, wait, are we just talking? Sorry, I was too busy looking up Kit Fisto. Are we on about the movies as well? Like in overall?
It's the question by the Astroidmech was the prequel era, but yeah, just in general, whatever.
If I have to go in general, I'd most probably say Ray because
Oh,
she's
in general, Ray, hands down.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Right.
Yeah, agreed.
she's cringy and annoying,
Mhm.
and she sounds really chavvy when she goes, "I'm Ray Skywalker." She sounds like
I'm
she's
Ray.
from London or something like that.
I
Yeah.
think
No-
Rey in
not
The
fan.
Rise of Skywalker is more annoying than Anakin from Episode 2.
Oh,
Oh, Anakin in episode 2 is so. And
I
also
find
his
Rey-
haircut. Don't like it.
Ray's most annoying in The Last Jedi for me.
Did you see
Like,
the
she's-
I haven't
concept
seen The Last
art
Jedi in a
for
long time.
Anakin's appearance? Was it in episode 3 where he had like a ponytail, like a really
No.
mullet-looking ponytail?
No, that was
the
episode 2.
concept of-
That was episode
Was it
2.
that episode 2? Yeah, one or the other.
And he just looks dodgy.
We're gonna be slated in every comment section
Guys,
about
in-
how
in-
little
people in the-
knowledge we have of
I had
of the
said it. I
prequel
love
trilogy.
I love all the Star Wars. At the end of the day, you like what you like. Your favourites the sequels or the prequels. You like what you like.
we
All
have
Star
we
Wars
have
is good.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Wait, what sort of knowledge don't we have? I mean, I've got the
Kit
bit on.
Fisto, yeah,
Yes,
Kit Fisto
I
dying in
haven't watched
Episode
the
2.
prequels in years,
Ah.
dude. But I know the Attack on Clones is a load of shite.
Yeah.
Okay, the Jango Fett
Right.
subline is so good though. I
Anyway,
love
should
that.
we move on to the next question, which is by Jedi Bob, and he put, "What do you think about the WandaVision finale?" We're going to dive into WandaVision a little bit more
Okay.
later, but we'll just give you a bit of a brief
General.
right
Should we
now.
get?
I
Yeah,
thought it was good.
That's brief. That's brief.
Well, I thought it was all right. Okay, so obviously there are a lot of people. Okay, there's a lot of people that loved it, and there's a lot of people that were extremely disappointed, and I fall in the middle.
Yeah, me
Obviously,
too.
it was what I expected. Actually, it was a little underwhelming for me, but I didn't have like a lot of
Agreed.
high expectations. I knew what I was expecting when I was watching it. I wasn't surprised by anything. I was disappointed very, very much about Quicksilver. I feel like that's my main complaint because I feel like that was like what I was most looking forward to finding out about the show was the X-Men Fox crossover. Fair enough if they didn't do it, but like they didn't have Doctor Strange, which makes the most sense to show up. They didn't have like all the other characters, and I don't think all of them should come in. Obviously, that's a little ridiculous, but like they've set this stuff up, and I feel like they kind of threw that opportunity away. But
Yeah.
like storyline itself, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it, but
Yeah.
I just was a little disappointed there was no like cameos or setting things up.
I agreed. It wasn't anything more than I expected. If anything, I actually expected more. And I was hoping for more with Ralph Boner. But unfortunately, we got what we got.
Sorry.
And even though the ending was it was a good ending. We get to it when we talk about the finale in more detail.
Yeah.
But the cliffhanger wasn't what I was expecting, but it also wasn't mind-blowingly crazy. Although I didn't expect for it to go where it's going, but I was hoping for more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed with the final end credits scene. I'm like, okay, Doctor Strange is gonna show up, and there's gonna be like a portal opening, and then she's just reading a book. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's a bit boring. I didn't like the end credit scene, like you say. It's just a bit average.
liked
I
it.
thought the whole episode was average and all. It was good. I could sort of tell what was going to happen from the very start. To be honest,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it. It was a good watch, and I enjoyed the whole series.
Yeah,
I loved
yeah.
it. However,
Yeah.
I sort of guessed what was going to happen, and it was good, but it was nothing amazing. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
It didn't
if
blow
you
me out of the
enjoyed
water.
it, you enjoyed it.
I want to
anyway.
before we move on, I want to mention something.
Okay.
So I was watching an interview like just a couple minutes ago, before we started recording the podcast, with the person who directed the series, and he confirmed that X-Men and mutants are coming. Still,
Do you want to talk about this when we get to the WandaVision?
we'll get to
section,
that.
yeah.
I just wanted to say that even though we are disappointed with the series not having some major cameo in it, we understand that that was a creative decision, and we know that these characters are still coming to the Marvel Universe. But we'll just touch on the X-Men stuff in a bit.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's move on to games. Now, there's not all too much surrounding games, but we do actually have quite a bit to discuss, and that is LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga and the future game show at the end of the month. Could we see something there?
Obviously, the future game show is showcasing 25 games on March 25th, I think. On various different platforms. I think it was Games Radar are hosting the show, and last year we got a future game show in the summer, very disappointing, but this year we're getting it in spring and the summer, but we didn't get a spring showcase last year, I don't think, but this time around, Warner Bros. Games, as well as some other companies or publishers are going to be at the show.
And Team 17.
And Sega.
And
But
Sega.
Lego Star Wars is being published by Warner Bros. And we could see it there.
It is.
And
It is.
the Lego set tweet code that Lego tweeted out to the fan with the set code saying 21, the year is 2021, 3, the month is the third month, March, on the 25th. I mean,
That's so meta.
Come on.
That's so...
If it doesn't happen, what was Lego even
it's a
thinking?
far-fetched conspiracy, but I don't know. I think it's fun to break down and solve. I don't know.
I can't believe that actually was a tease. When I saw that and I saw everyone think, oh my god, that's the date, the release date or the date we're getting news, I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the extent we've gone to, and it actually turned out to be right.
But imagine
It's
if it works out. Imagine if Lego actually went out of their way to give us that awesome hint.
Imagine if it's not there and then we all get flamed.
Lego
We'll
just
take a lot of
retweets
stick.
It's just
We'll
a
take a
conspiracy.
lot of stick.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
I mean-
I like the idea, but talking more about the game show, personally, I feel this has more potential than any of the other events we've had this year.
I agree.
Including the likes of State of Play, which is the PlayStation event. We had the Nintendo Direct. There was
100%.
there's always a small chance because it's a gaming event. What can you say? It's a 50-50. It's either going to be there or it's not. I don't think there's any fully ruling it out because you don't work behind the scenes. You don't know what they're going to do. You can only guess.
I mean, I ruled out the PlayStation event because they're being marketed by Xbox, so...
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
they're not
I
being
know,
solely
I-
marketed. It's not like, I mean, a lot of people say that Xbox own the marketing rights.
No,
but there's
that's
no
not
way
true,
that,
but it's
that
just been-
Xbox have exclusive marketing rights to Lego Star Wars. It's just
Well,
because they
previously
showed the trailer once and they gave, I think, an extra DLC pack on Amazon.
Yeah,
For
but
the
I mean,
Xbox,
Something like that.
I mean, they just seem to be more sided with the Xbox because we've never seen them really do anything for PlayStation, I don't think, so...
No, yeah,
I'm
they
pretty
have.
sure
Have
a Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 trailer, I think, or one of the
it was-
recent Lego games was a PlayStation trailer.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
then
was.
my bad.
So, Lego
I take
Marvel
my remarks
Superheroes
back.
2 was pretty heavy on the PlayStation side, and Lego Force Awakens had exclusives on PlayStation. So,
No, you're right, they had General Grievous as an exclusive.
Maybe
Boom.
they switch between it to keep on the good side for both Xbox and PlayStation.
yeah.
Okay, that makes
Well,
sense. That makes sense.
either way, my overall point was, I feel out of all the shows we've had, this has the most potential. You know, we're talking. They're going to be talking about over 40 games to do that are releasing this year. It's all around spring. It's the spring showcase. It says on the title. And another thing to mention is the fact that, you know, the game's meant to be releasing this year in spring.
Yeah.
So, what
So
can you say?
Yeah,
So
it's
this
a spring
podcast
showcase.
episode comes out on the 12th of March. The 12th of March. And we still don't have anything, and the game is set to release in spring.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose we could move a little bit away from the future game show, but still on Lego Star Wars. Talking about the release date as such, there was a little scenario with Roberto Serrano claiming a delay from spring 2021 until summer 2021 over on Twitter. This was debunked by Moro NL, who claimed that the game will be releasing in Q2 2021. He's apparently a very reliable leaker in the gaming society, and pretty much everybody in the Lego Star Wars community and the gaming community have said this Roberto Serrano guy should not be trusted, and that we have a very good chance of this game not being delayed. That this game will still be set to release this spring, even if it be late spring or whatever.
I wanna jump in. So something I've discovered, I suppose, because I don't really see that many people talking about it, although I'm not the only one talking about it, is that spring, the technical term, is March 20th to June 20th.
There's
and
2 times
what I feel like
spring.
what happened with these two leakers and what's been happening with the community is that everyone is having their expectations for the beginning of March to the end of May to be spring, or maybe dipping in a little bit of June.
There's
That's not the
astronomical
technical
spring.
date.
Okay, so the technical date is not March to June. There's 2 different technical dates. You have the astronomical spring and the meteorological spring.
Okay, well,
they don't mix together to form one big spring.
This is what I find funny. This is how much depth we have to go into to the release of the
Yeah,
game.
this is
If
kinda
they just
ridiculous,
gave us
isn't it?
news.
To be fair, at the end of the day, they've said on the WB careers page it's Q2. Q2 is April, May, and June.
Okay, yeah, so that's
I'm saying June. I say June.
I think late May is a good chance.
I think May, late May.
I'm betting I bet the actual date for the game is going to be June 15th. That's my guess.
15th. Fair.
Okay.
I mean, that's not far away. That's less than 3 months.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like we've been saying this forever, but it's only less than
No,
3
but to be fair,
months.
We've
time
been
does
saying
go
it for 2
quickly.
years.
It does go fair quick.
Yeah, it won't be too long. And like I say, that I would worry. Yeah, I would get worried if future game show we don't get any news.
Oh yeah.
Or if by the end of if we move into April without a release date, without any news, no marketing. We're currently getting no marketing, no screenshot. If we get nothing by the end of March, I'm worried, man.
Yeah,
Because they can't release a game without marketing, without a release date, without any trailers, or they can't. How can they do that?
They could a week in advance. I think they could do it to the extent where they release a trailer a week in advance, announcing the release date to be in 7 days' time. I think they could. I'm prepared for that to be the end result of the release.
The likelihood of that is ridiculous, though.
That would be pretty.
I mean, it's definitely a possibility. They definitely can.
Oh well, the game is coming, innit? It's coming. So
the game's coming. The game's coming.
It's not cancelled. Please,
no one's saying it. Who's saying it's cancelled? Come on.
I've seen comments every once in a blue moon. I see that comment that the game is cancelled. No,
okay, but
that's ridiculous.
Okay, so I mean that is ridiculous. But the main reason why is because nobody actually thinks it is cancelled. If people are saying it's cancelled, they're just trying to stir people to thinking it's cancelled. They're just trolls.
Well,
no need to. All right, let's continue.
Don't believe those comments; they're not true.
So are we moving on to the next topic, which is about EA? They're changing up how they do gaming now, aren't they? Listening to the fans more instead of money.
Oh, imagine. I can't see that happening, let's be honest. EA
I can slightly.
Oh, they love their money.
Okay, it's less... To me, it's less... They're not listening to the fans. They're listening to the studios. Because they've canceled so many games... And now they're going to be sitting back and letting the studios do more of the projects that they want to do.
And not just cancelling. How many games have they unplugged? They did Battlefront 2, Star Wars Squadrons is no more. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They've got rid of loads of games.
They've cancelled at least 5 Star Wars projects.
And Plants vs. Zombies, the new one. That got cut after like 8 months of content updates.
Wait, was there one meant to be released? I didn't even know, man.
Yeah, there's the new one, Battle for Neighbourville, just got cut. So.
Do you know what I would get very angry about? Is if they cut Skate 4. So
Skate
I mean,
4.
there's no way they're going to cut Skate 4.
They can't. So many people, like fans of that sort of game. Skate 3 released. God, I don't even know how long ago now. Was it 10 years?
Ago, yeah.
10 years or something. People have wanted a Skate 4 for so long because those games banged and people loved it.
Oh, people still play Skate 3 to this day.
I still play it sometimes.
Yeah, I played it like the other 2 weeks ago or something.
It's one of those games that are good. And last year at the EA conference, they went through loads of their games, and at the end of the conference, they said about Skate 4. and
Right.
bang, out of nowhere, people went a bit mental over it, which is good. But imagine if they sacked that off, they would get slaughtered.
Never played the skate game, so I
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people
Dunno.
play it, but I've.
But I know
not
it's a
my thing.
popular game. I don't think they'll cancel. I mean, I don't think EA are in a position to cancel big franchise games.
Yeah.
But the games that they are half in development. So as Joel said about like the 5 Star Wars games,
Yeah.
those wasn't 5 Star Wars games. I doubt. I mean, I don't fully know. I think there might have been a trailer for a Tatooine kind of bounty hunter one.
Yeah, that one was the big one that they canceled. They've canceled more though.
But apart from that, they're not massive games that were publicly revealed to everybody and marketed and then cancelled.
Was that not?
I mean, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure
Well,
they
how did
were
we
just
get-
like in development.
How did we get that video then? And those screenshots? I thought that was the thing. I thought they
No,
started developing
that's
it
what I
and then
said.
they-
I made the exception.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Anyway,
Yeah, I
so
don't
should we
know.
move on to the next topic? We're just going to throw it in there, just in games, even though it's not games technically. But it's Lego Ideas set. I just thought this would be cool to bring up because they're really experimenting with Lego Ideas. They've done Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
They've done Doctor Who. They did Ghostbusters. There's some other ones. I know there's some
Oh
others.
yeah,
So
I saw
they're
the Winnie the
bringing-
Pooh one the other
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Lego
Yeah,
Winnie
yeah.
the Pooh game. Oh.
So
fancy.
Winnie the Pooh is the newest theme that they're bringing to Lego
Yeah.
Ideas. But they are a massive. I mean, you guys are collectors of Lego, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll get Lego here and there.
I'm not.
Still-
I've got a few figures down here on my shelving down here, and that's all I've got. I think 4 of which are from Lego Dimensions, and the other 2 are just a little bit random. But the Lego idea sets are the sets that's always had me wanting to buy the sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite set that I ever had was the Lego Doctor Who
Doctor
set, the
Who.
TARDIS
Oh, it's
from the
good, that one.
2013 Christmas special, The Time of the Doctor, and
Yeah.
it's the only official Lego Doctor Who set if you don't include Lego Dimensions. And I used to have it. I don't own it anymore, but I definitely will one day when I have the money to.
I still own it. It's at my dad's house, not here.
But then there's so many other sets like Friends and Big Bang Theory, Stranger Things, The
Yeah.
Beatles. There's so many
The
different Lego
Beatles,
idea
I forgot
sets.
about that.
They released the Yellow Submarine.
Yeah.
There's loads of different Lego idea sets that have me wanting to collect Lego. I just don't have the time for it.
Yeah.
Or the money.
They
Do
are
they
good. They are-
have-
I think they have to be some of the best like stuff Lego's done. Definitely.
Do they have a Nightmare Before Christmas set?
Oh, I
Probably
think.
not.
No, I think there is. No, they have the guy. Is it Jack Skellington? He's in the
Yes.
Disney minifigures
Do they?
series. Yeah.
Boom! Have
You
that,
can
Knox.
get him as a minifigure. So,
I
I've got
doubt
him.
it.
so not
What a
here.
Okay. Okay,
What a
so
movie.
let's throw a question out there. All right, do any of you own Lego idea sets, not including the Doctor Who
No.
set Rugged as?
Me, I own about 3. Oh wait, I have one here. Let me grab one. I have the Lego Tron set.
He's gone.
A Tron bike. There you go. I knew I had one here. I knew I had one.
So
Fair enough.
what's a Tron set?
you know-
Lego Tron, you get 2 Tron bikes.
That is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it is really
Nice.
smart.
Okay.
I mean, so just to clarify for the people watching, we can't actually see each other's cameras right now. as
yeah,
we're all,
we can't.
as we're
Whoa,
all
that's so
recording
cool, Rugged.
separately. So
There you go,
okay.
you saw the Lego Tron bike now.
we're
Let's
gonna
twist the
react
question.
to we're gonna react to it when we premiere it as well. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
gonna
we
be
will.
fun.
Yeah, that'll be our fresh. Well, I mean, I won't because I'm editing the podcast, so I'll be able to see it all before. Let me twist the question a little bit. Let's move away a bit from ideas, but let's stick with the realm of Lego. Because Astro, I mean, maybe can we see your entire Lego collection behind you now, Astro?
Here, I gotta back my chair up, but yes.
So,
I nudged
um,
my mic when I went. To
Okay,
grab
so
mine too.
maybe not Lego ideas, but what is your favorite Lego set that you own?
My favorite Lego set that I own. It's not on the shelf. It's my Lego Death Star. I have my Lego
Oh.
Death Star right here.
Ooh, you got
I-
the Death Star.
Oh,
fair.
nice.
I could move the camera, but if I put it back, it's
Everyone
gonna be shaky.
wanted that as a kid.
Oh,
Everyone
dude,
wanted
I would still want that for display.
Yeah, yeah.
Here, you know what?
It's so
Screw
expensive.
it. I'm gonna
man.
go pick it up.
Oh
Why
no,
should,
no,
why
dude,
should
don't
you do
drop
that?
it,
No,
don't drop it,
don't,
bro.
you don't.
Do Do you want to know what one of my favourite sets was?
It'll be a funny clip if I drop it, okay?
Oh no, dude, you can't.
You'll probably
do
get
this.
us
so
famous
worried
if you
about
did
this,
that.
bro.
You'll probably get us so famous.
Mate, that's a clip though.
Yeah,
Nah,
it's a
man,
That's a
clip.
no, don't sacrifice his Lego Death Star
Death Star.
for.
I
Think of
didn't
the
drop
views
it.
we could
It's
get
in
out of that.
frame.
Okay, don't drop it.
Please don't drop
Whoa.
it, bro.
No, I'm just kidding.
Imagine. One of my
Nah.
favourite Lego sets that I got, I've still got it somewhere. It's up on my side, but I can't get to it because, well, I can't reach it. However, Anakin's Jedi Interceptor.
Oh yeah, the
I love
one that came out last
it's
year.
not a big set. It's not a big set. You get R2-D2 and you get Anakin from Episode 3, but and they recently released another you know, like an updated set, didn't they? Last year.
For the Skywalker Saga, yeah,
Yeah,
it's got like
yeah,
a
yeah,
code
yeah.
to it and stuff. yeah.
I had the original one with like the original you know how they upgraded to like Clone Wars sort of style minifigures. I had the original where he had like from the complete saga where he had like the long hair just at the back, and that's one of my favorite sets that I got. It's crazy.
Wait, have you guys ever had such a mad bargain on Lego? Before you tell me, I got this Lego Slave 1 for £25 and it was meant to be £120.
Where? Where do
I
you
got
get
it
this
on-
cheap Lego?
I got it on Amazon at Christmas time. It was ridiculous. It was literally like 50. Was it? I think it was
Slave
£50.
one.
And then it went to one left, and it was like £25. So I got that for so
That's
cheap.
Oh
big,
wait,
man.
hold up.
Fair
I haven't
play.
I
built
think-
it yet.
Like I said in the previous podcast episode, when we spoke about Lego sets, when I was younger, I didn't really have any Lego sets. I just
Oh.
had tubs and tubs
Of Lego.
of just Lego bricks that I would just build together. The biggest thing that I used to do is I would make a little Lego minifigure with one of those lightsaber pieces, put a few studs on the top and bottom and make it into a sonic screwdriver, and then I would get some yellow plates and loads of yellow and brown pieces, and I would make myself a TARDIS and a Doctor and like a small little blue block.
Yeah.
Fair play. I
TARDIS.
rate that. I rate that.
Yeah,
so
When I was
much.
younger.
Oh
Effort.
man, man, that's funny. That
We've
is
had a
funny.
good discussion about Lego, haven't we?
Yeah,
gotta love Lego.
Do you know what minifigures I like? So I've got downstairs. I've got this huge jar just full of minifigures. Most of them are Star Wars. As when I collected Lego back in the day, got some Indiana Jones in there as well back in the day.
Oh,
But I used to
they're
collect
rare, you
Star
know.
Wars all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, so like I used to for my birthday, I'd always ask for money, and on my birthday, I'd get my parents to take me down to the toy store, and I'd just
Oh.
buy because they had you know, if you go to a toy store and they got
Was it
they
Toys
got the
R
Lego
Us?
sets, but they have them on display sometimes in like glass
Oh,
cases.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd see it, I'd be like, I want that, and I'll just splash my
I
cash and I'll
want
come
that.
and build it. But I got a set, and I forgot what one it is, but it's one of the Lego Toy Story sets with Buzz Lightyear.
Oh,
and it had
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the-
I've seen
The
that.
Buzz Lightyear minifigure is
That's an
to
awesome
die for,
set.
man.
Like
Man,
Toy
the
Story
way-
and The Simpsons and like
Yeah.
There's some,
You have
there's
just
some good
literally
things
mentioned
there,
like
man.
two really rare themes. Lego Indiana Jones sets are really hard to come by, and the old
Are
Toy
they?
Stories. Get selling them. Like, there we go for loads now.
I might have to have a look because I got some downstairs.
Yeah, the Lego indie sets. The people are thinking they will return with a new movie. I hope they do.
Yeah, let's hope so, man.
I think it's possible.
Anyway, should we move on?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got-
Well, that's
we
all the
got
Lego
the
done.
MCU next.
So yeah,
We got
MCU.
WandaVision.
WandaVision. Let's go.
So going back to WandaVision, obviously we just brushed over our general thoughts of the finale, and the biggest thing was that Quicksilver is Pietro. He's fake Pietro. He's Ralph Boner, the
Stop
rabbit.
saying it.
Wow.
But I mean, this really disappointed me because I really wanted Quicksilver to be the opening guy for the MCU multiverse. I really wanted more than anything for the X-Men, even though I haven't seen the movies, but I've seen some of the movies, and I do really like that Quicksilver to be in the
Yeah.
MCU.
Yeah.
And it seems like we're not going to get that, but we are going to get a X-Men reboot. I suppose we'll talk about this all in, so this was a point for later on, but we'll talk about it, WandaVision, X-Men reboot, because
Yeah.
The Mutants is a title that's been revealed. That's like all we know about the new movie. But I was hoping that we was going to get the X-Men from
Yeah.
WandaVision.
I mean,
yeah.
think about
Yeah.
it. who is a better character to bring back to introduce mutants into the world besides Quicksilver? We
Quicksilver.
have a WandaVision TV show with Quicksilver in it. They're the actor. Like,
Right.
where else
Why-
are you
why
going
would
to
you
have
do
a better
that to us?
opportunity? Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it
I
is
mean,
a
I thought-
shame.
I feel like maybe there's a way they're gonna do it where it has like wider implications, but like you could set it up, like introduce it to us, because I don't get it. I can't think about it. Either the only two people that I could think, actually, I guess 3 or 4 people that could really introduce the X-Men into the MCU would be Quicksilver and Magneto, because those are relatives of Wanda, and she's been an established character in the
Okay.
MCU.
Yeah.
I mean, or maybe when Deadpool comes into it, that might be the opener for the rest of the X-Men
Yeah,
characters.
isn't he meant to make cameos like Stan Lee now in the new Marvel films?
Oh,
Deadpool?
I'm actually really excited about that.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
they're doing it where he's going to be the new cameos instead of Stan Lee.
Talking
Yeah,
about
'cause they can't-
cameos, Paul Bettany confirmed that he was his own secret cameo because we got Vision versus White Vision, and I can remember, I think, a quote from Paul Bettany where he said it was an actor he's always wanted to work with, and it turns out,
It's
it was
himself,
just
yeah.
himself.
Ego boosting.
Talk about egotistical.
We
Honestly,
got Vision.
I don't even mind it that much. I just wish that
No,
we
I
had
don't.
some sort of
I
cameo.
enjoyed the series, so
Yeah, I
I mean,
liked White
I
Vision.
liked
I'm
it,
glad.
Yeah,
it would have been cool
Well-
to have like Doctor Strange come in or something like that. Surely.
It really
Yeah.
makes the most sense. I don't understand how Doctor Strange
but
wasn't
wait, they're
initially.
going to
no,
have
literally-
to set up the multiverse.
They name
soon
dropped him.
with the new
it was
Spider-Man,
crazy.
aren't they?
yeah, the
Unless they
Sorcerer
open it up with that.
Supreme. But that means that we're gonna get Wanda versus Strange in the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
They're both confirmed to be in there, so
in that last post-credit scene, Wanda does look pretty evil. She doesn't look like a nice character.
No, she really doesn't. She looks.
well, she's
she
on the
looks like
run.
She's
and
about to tear place down, man.
I don't
she's on the
blame
run. She's reading the Darkhold, and she's hearing her should-be dead kids yell, asking for help. So I mean,
Could she still open up the multiverse at this point?
maybe if like
Maybe.
Doctor Strange and her and I don't know some
That
other
could
other.
be cool.
Maybe
if
she
opened
opens up-
the multiverse. That could be.
Yeah,
that
because
could be
maybe
big.
she opens up the multiverse, and that's what Doctor Strange has to stop, and that's
Yeah.
how we're gonna get Wanda versus Strange in the next Doctor Strange
Because
movie.
think about it, the little town she made, that isn't the scale that Doctor Strange sorts stuff out on, is it? It's only a little town. If she opens up the multiverse, that's
but
Doctor
the,
Strange's business.
the implications.
Yeah.
I mean,
it had.
Even if it wasn't Doctor Strange, you could send like Wong. You can send I don't know. You can send
Wong.
someone.
yeah.
Because like that is still pretty big. Like that is like Agatha said, the power that she has is just unparalleled. Like she's been studying for centuries, and she can't do that. So, I mean, I still feel like in retrospect, like it's not like she took over the entire nation of Russia and then made her own mob, and then I don't know. It's not like that scale, but like it's still a pretty big deal. I feel like.
Yeah, I'd say it's a big deal. I'm just going back to it. I'm just a bit. I'm the same as Nox, and I'm sure you all agree. So I'm just disappointed about the Quicksilver. It's just really annoying.
Okay.
I
Yeah. So
ain't really bothered by it.
we got White Vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
We did.
personally, I don't like White Vision. I liked him, but I didn't actually like him as a character. And I do hope moving forward, White Vision isn't going to continue being like White Vision with Vision's memories, but he is going to be Vision now. But does that mean that moving forward, outside of Wanda, that we're going to have White Vision still, or is Vision going to look like Vision again?
Yeah.
Okay, so the White Vision is something from the comics, and he does the same thing that he did in the TV show. He's just rebuilt version of Vision, and he has all of Vision's memories, I think, but he's very unsentimental, and he doesn't really act like Vision. So I think that's the route they're probably going to go about it.
Mhm.
I mean, it's possible.
yeah.
I mean, that last scene before he flew away makes me unsure, because he seemed more like the Vision we know. I don't think he's gonna ever look like normal Vision again. I think he's gonna look like White Vision from now on. Although
Yeah.
character-wise, I'm not sure.
Although
I
he
think
can change what he
character-wise,
looks
he's going
like,
to be the same
can't
as
he?
Vision.
Well,
So
he
could
changed his
change-
eyes because he
But
was
no, As in, he can, he turned himself to look human. He can do that. So can he turn himself to look like classic Vision again?
I mean, why would he need to do that though?
Because it looks better.
Looks
I mean,
better.
if it looks, yeah, but
Because
besides
it's what
that,
Wanda remembers him as, maybe.
I mean, maybe we could see it, but I don't think it's going to be permanent.
I mean, all's
Yeah.
going to be revealed, but personally, I don't. When we're talking about how he's going to act, what his personality is going to be like, I think it's just going to be Vision 2.0. Because when he gives him all of his memories and he basically says, "I am Vision," he's just going to be. He's just taking his place. He's got all these memories, all these emotions and stuff like that now.
But he hasn't taken his
just gonna-
place because that is him.
Yeah.
Because-
I know. So yeah, but okay. So when he entered Westview, he didn't have any of those memories or anything like that. So technically it is Vision, but well, it's not. He doesn't have all of those things. But when he does get all those points back, he's basically just Vision again, isn't he? He's just back.
We'll
he's
see.
more
We'll
or less
see.
back to normal.
But he's
You know what,
but he's
something
also
that
he's also had the experience of being put back together by Hayward and being programmed to do something else. So, I mean, that could add another layer of character because he has new programming in there. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously he's established as an actual person character. He's not just some robot. But in the at the end of the day, he is an android, so he still has programming. So, I mean, that could play a factor into it.
Yeah. So he has the programming, but then when what should we call him? Fake Vision.
Fake
Basically programs him to a point where it's bringing him back to what it
You know
should
what?
be.
One bit about
Saving
the last
him in a
episode
way.
that I didn't get. I don't know if I missed it, but when was it? Jimmy said call Clint, and he never appeared.
No, he didn't.
No,
That's
he
why.
said-
It was just.
I don't think he said Clint. I think he said a different name. It wasn't Clint. I remember because at the time I thought he said Clint as well.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
think he says the name again soon, and it wasn't Clint. It was a different name.
Oh,
It was somebody else.
I thought like Clint were coming, and I was a bit upset really.
So it was also confirmed that I think it was confirmed. I can't remember the tweet. It might be a rumor that originally WandaVision was going to be split between episode 9 and 10. There was going to be an episode 10, but they couldn't or they didn't like the flow, so we got just episode 9 instead of a 2-part finale. I would have preferred a 2-part finale because I do feel like the episode was quite rushed. I don't think they explored what they had the potential to explore in the time they should have. I think they should have gone into more detail on maybe Vision and Vision or the fight against Agatha. I feel like they could have gone a bit more into that, but they didn't because they were short on time.
Well,
I agree.
I kind of disagree actually.
I
'Cause
thought
feel
it was
like
pretty. I agree with Knox. I think it should have been a 2-part finale.
I think it works pretty well as a one episode. It's a longer finale, so it makes sense. Really, the things that they probably cut out are just more CGI fights between White Vision and Vision, and then probably the kids in the military, because we didn't see that very much. So, really, I don't think it added anything to the story. It would have just extended the runtime of the 2 episodes, and I feel like it works together as one longer finale better than it would have two different episodes, because he kind of answered all of our questions at once, and it kind of felt like where would the cut be between the 2 episodes? Because if you think about it, they're in the middle of fighting in the middle of the episode. How would they have cut that? Because Vision and Vision would have been fighting.
Wow.
I got a good idea of where it could cut. So, after she basically makes Agatha the annoying neighbor again, and then she walks through the town and everyone's staring at her.
Could have just been a cliffhanger. A cliffhanger.
So they could have left it at that when everyone's staring at her. I know obviously the people of Westview aren't a massive fan of her, of course, but we didn't really get to see their anger or anything. They just stared at her as she walked, and then she pisses off somewhere else. So I'd much rather seen a bit more in depth and more or less.
Explored.
So
Yeah, explore it a bit more. See what's going on.
That's literally the very end of the episode. I want more answers. Trust me, I want more answers. But they have a script and they have a budget. They can't just extend the story to make a longer episode.
No, but they didn't extend the story. They did the opposite. They had planned for 10 episodes, not planned for 9, and then went for 10, then went back to 9. They planned for 10. So they didn't. They wouldn't be expanding the story. They would just be doing their original plan of the story.
Yeah,
Now,
they could just
maybe
cut out CG fights to lower the budget.
But even then, maybe they didn't even. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe there wasn't CG fights that they cut, but maybe they went from, say, episode 5 in the planning stage when they originally planned it for 10. They didn't just cut down on fights. They just cut down on everything to be a 9th episode instead of a 9th and a 10th.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but if they cut it down to where you don't need a 10th episode, then why have a 10th episode?
Oh, well, it was still a good series. I enjoyed it.
I think... No. I want to make this point, because I think that the episode's too quick, and it doesn't explore enough of what it should.
I disagree. Well, I think the only thing they needed to explore more was Quicksilver, which we kind of got answers to, but none of us were happy with.
Yeah, no, that's
Vision.
a good point. No, you've just raised a huge point there. We saw him get announced as Boner, and then that's it.
Yeah, well, Ralph
We didn't
Bohner's
see-
better
we
than
didn't see-
Quicksilver.
We didn't
Yeah,
really
but
It's true,
that-
because if you think about it, Monica just shows up later. You're right. What happened with that? You're right.
Mm.
I
Exactly.
think
And where's he
WandaVision
gone?
is
Yeah,
all
what happened
about it just left so many open-ended questions. So
Well,
now
it's
we don't
ended
know what's
now,
going
hasn't
on with Vision, White Vision. We'll have to wait for that. We don't know what's going on. Or we got the answer to what's her name? You just mentioned her with like the blue and gold
Monica.
eyes.
Monica?
We know where she's going. She's going to be in a new movie of the Skrulls and probably Nick Fury in that.
Well, that's the Secret Invasion TV show.
Okay. And then we don't know what's going on with Quicksilver. We don't know what's going on with Agatha now, because what I find weird is that how is she a nosy neighbor still if there's no Hex anymore?
I
Yeah.
thought about that, but I come to the conclusion that wasn't a part of the Hex spell. The Hex spell had all of the citizens become part of the sitcom and fall under her own little reality. Agatha her spell wasn't tied to the Hex. Her
Okay.
spell was a kind of transform spell. We see that she does that to the bird and the fly or whatever earlier in the episode. It wasn't a spell that was a part of the Hex, because they said that once you cast the spell, you can't change that. So that includes changing who is affected by the Hex and who's not and all that. I think it's just a separate spell. It's not part of the Hex.
But
But
did they
then
ever
when-
confirm that?
Yeah,
No, but I
then
mean, it makes sense.
when who's the character that was in 4? The one with glasses, the clever one.
Oh, that Nancy or whatever, what's she called?
The one that drove into
Oh,
Yeah, I
Darcy.
know you-
Darcy, that's
Yeah,
the
my
one.
favourite character, man. She's class. Look at her go.
Okay, so when she drove into the Hex, she changed to a different character. That was a spell in the Hex. When every single one of these police officers or armored guys went through the Hex, they changed into a character.
Yeah.
And then when they left again, they changed
No,
back.
but at the end of this, she's Wanda. She can just do it to any
Yeah,
random
well,
person off
we'll
the street.
see. Yeah.
I mean,
But anyway.
Agatha was clearly
Oh, we won't.
immune to the Hex to
Yes.
some extent. So
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Because
I mean,
she
it-
said to Wanda when she changed her back to being the Agnes.
Agnes.
When she turned her back
Agnes.
to Agnes, she said, Wanda said, "I'll be seeing you soon," and she went, "Not if I see you first." So it's like she's not completely under Wanda's spell. Like she's
I mean-
aware.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, I mean, Wanda doesn't know everything still, because her problem is knowledge, not power. So I feel like she could potentially break free of the spell, but really, it's down to the wire. It's the Hex is not
Yeah.
affecting Agatha's
Yeah.
spell.
I feel our main point out of this is that if there was a 10th episode, maybe a lot of these questions would have been answered. I think that's about it.
I also think that they have it this way because this is one of the first. Well, for us, it's the first project coming out of Phase 4. Well,
Yeah.
it is. I mean, they plan to have Black Widow and Falcon and Winter Soldier and Eternals come out before this. So
Yeah.
this
Oh,
is
did they?
Yeah, there was supposed to be 3 other projects before this. So this
Right.
is supposed to be purposely open-ended like this.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Okay.
So
because it would have been closer to the next movies, right? To Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
the next one I don't know what the next one would have been, never mind. Spider-Man I think would have been the next one. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So
anyway,
do we-
it's finished now, innit? So it's wrapped up. But let's move on to what's coming very, very soon, which is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm actually really excited for this one. It's like a good cop, bad cop type. It looks really good, I think.
This is probably the project I've been looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
From the TV
From-
shows that they announced.
When this episode of the podcast comes out, we are 1 week away from the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
1 week.
So that means
Next
in episode
episode
4, we should be talking about the first
should be
episode. right?
talking, yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Woohoo!
Oh,
That's cool.
Hey.
It's
No,
exciting
wait.
stuff, man.
Yes. No.
Yes.
No.
Either
No, yeah,
episode
it's-
4
it
or
is.
5, whatever. We're
Will
going to
we?
talk about it.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk
it.
Don't worry
about
about that.
yeah,
We'll get to
Probably
that.
probably a lot.
So we're getting more on Falcon's backstory in the series as well. And we got a new teaser the other day. It wasn't a big teaser, but it was a teaser nonetheless. And personally, I don't think it shows more than really the trailer does, because I think the main theme going into this is going to be the kind of brother bond between Falcon and
Bucky.
Bucky. Yeah.
I'm really excited. I'm most excited for the show because of Zemo, not because of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Zemo, I think, was such an awesome villain for Civil
he
War
is.
because he was so subtle and he's so manipulative, and he didn't do quite a lot. And he had
No.
such a tragic backstory, and in reality, in the comics, he's such a really menacing character. And I feel like they're finally doing him justice. He's finally getting his mask. I'm so looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And I'm really
Okay.
interested to see how it comes into the villains, because we see these people with green masks and orange hand marks. I'm excited to see what happens with those people.
yeah.
I think it's going to be better than I expect.
Yeah,
because
think
I agree.
that.
Because I didn't go into WandaVision thinking it was going to be this big thing that everyone was going to go crazy about, but it was just going to be releasing, because it's bigger than The Mandalorian, I would say, WandaVision was.
Do you?
And
I'd
yeah,
say
I
it's
would-
about equal.
I would say it had
wouldn't
more
say it's-
press. I would say it had a lot more press, and a lot more people were talking about WandaVision than The Mandalorian. Even though
More press?
the
I'd
Luke
say more
Skywalker for the
I'd
finale.
I'd say that it gets more press, but I don't think people are talking about it more. Because, like, if you think about it, like, after every episode, it was trending on Twitter. Same thing with WandaVision. I mean, they were getting about the same amount of attention.
Yeah, they're both big franchises,
Yeah.
aren't they? Star Wars and Marvel.
Well, I think there's some statistics out there. This was revealed a few weeks ago. I can't remember where I saw this, so just take my word for it, or don't. That the Falcon and Winter Soldier is expected to have 3 times the amount of views, or however they calculate it, than The Mandalorian. In its upcoming
Jeez.
release.
I can't
Well, you know
see
why.
that.
I can't
don't
see
know.
that. I don't know.
I mean, think of how many would be 3 times. That's a lot.
Yeah, I
Like-
can't see that happening. That's
It'd
all.
be,
That's
good,
like-
it'd be good anyway. We get them. They're all on Disney Plus, so
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
that's like Infinity War talk. That's crazy. I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
It's got a nice little budget of 150 mil.
nice little budget.
Nice little budget. But I've got a good question. Because we're talking about Zemo, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What? Obviously, it's based around the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. However, do you think we'll see any other heroes come into it? Zemo has been in the Punisher comics quite a lot before.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think we could maybe see the Punisher come into this show? Do
I
we
would like
maybe?
to.
What about?
I hope it's the
I
one
would
from
say-
the Punisher TV show.
Yeah. What other things? Zemo's been in a load of Captain America
Yeah.
comics, but obviously that can't really happen technically. No,
Well,
that can't really happen.
Heroes I think we're gonna see again is I think we are gonna see old Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like, oh yeah, it's about
Yeah, I
Captain
agree with
America.
Asteroid,
I think they're
yeah.
gonna be at least once or twice throughout the show consult him about what Captain America should do. Like near like maybe the 3rd episode from the finale, I'll just throw the random scenario out there. Bucky gets captured by Zemo, and Falcon's like having a mental breakdown. What do I do? How do I do it? And he goes to
Yeah, and
Steve
then-
for help,
yeah.
and then he
Okay.
says some words of motivation, and then everything's fixed. And then
Do you think we'll
happy
see
ever after.
Thunderbolts?
I don't,
Ooh.
what's Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts it's like they're like a villain, sort of like a villain group if you're looking at. So Zemo and this girl Thunderbolts sort of come together.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Isn't
You know
that
who
the
I'm
people with the
talking-
green mask and the orange hand?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That could easily
I mean,
be
then
what
yeah,
it
it's
is.
confirmed, isn't it? If that's what their name is,
It's
then yeah.
confirmed, but it's whether there'll be. It's
Okay,
hard to explain.
so
So Thunderbolts
it's
includes
confirmed,
loads
then-
of villains from the Marvel universe, such as Green Goblin.
Really?
Yeah.
I
there's
don't
loads
think
of
Green Goblin's going to be in this. No.
No. I don't think he will be. but
Green Goblin is-
Zemo was part of the Thunderbolts, so
Oh,
there could be
okay.
some more villains that get tied into it. If you know what I mean.
That could be
Yeah.
setting up Sinister Six a little bit there. Okay, I see that.
Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah.
Do you mind if I take a little bit of a rewind? Let me read this to you, okay? The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is currently tracking to be more anticipated than The Mandalorian according to some recent findings. TV Time is a movie and entertainment tracking platform that dive into the numbers. They discover that the viewer anticipation is hovering over 200% of what it was for the Star Wars show at a similar point from release. The Falcon and Winter Soldier also leads the same anticipation rate for WandaVision in the same time period by 43%. So the
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier,
So,
200% more anticipated than The Mandalorian, and 43% more anticipated than
Okay.
WandaVision.
So I want to explain. That makes total sense because that's anticipation. Of course, yeah. If you when Mandalorian was first announced, it was really just the hardcore Star Wars fans that were
Yeah.
excited for it. But now Mandalorian's become a bigger thing. So obviously, I feel like for Mandalorian, when it first released, yeah, there was like not nearly as much hype about it. And now you're talking about two huge Marvel projects that are going to be massively affecting the future of the MCU. Oh yeah, of course. Like
Yeah.
Star Wars was very, very, very much dead when Mandalorian was announced. And then it grew a bigger audience. These have bigger audiences going into it, so that just makes
especially
complete
after
sense to me.
Endgame, isn't that the most grossing film ever made?
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Unless Avatar passes that. They're releasing, this isn't in the notes or anything, but Avatar is re-releasing in China, and if it gets about, I think, 7 million or whatever the count was, then it will it will replace Endgame once again as the highest grossing movie of all time.
It's
Endgame
still
had to-
second in it, so it's still a big
Yeah,
thing.
Endgame had to cheat to get the first. They had to re-release it with one extra unfinished scene. So
All right.
Yeah, I don't
Cheaters.
know.
I remember that. I remember because it came out in cinema.
I
And
didn't
a
watch
few
it. I
months
thought it was a
and a
waste.
few months later, it came out again in cinema with an unreleased clip, and it's like, wow.
It was
Okay.
one clip of Hulk saving a guy from a building. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's the special project we're supposed to go see?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, I love watching Endgame. I don't complain, but like, come on, you're gonna
Wait,
bring us back to the theaters for this?
What do you prefer, Endgame or Infinity War? I have to say I prefer Infinity War.
Endgame for me.
Endgame.
I think
Do
I like
ya?
Infinity War more. I really
just-
like the.
yeah.
I like the
I like
class.
villains winning.
Yeah, I like. I don't like it.
Man.
Like when the villains win, it's so much more.
And when the
interesting.
Guardians of the Galaxy enter in Infinity War. Oh, that is
I don't know.
Then
I
again,
think that
Infinity
last
War is
Endgame
fun.
battle is.
Yeah, but like count that
Oh, yeah.
out a minute.
No, don't
Don't
count that
take
out.
that out.
Can't
Wait,
count
that's
that
like-
out.
That's like taking the snap
Yeah.
out of Infinity War. Okay, you can't take out the final battle. I just think that the
Take it
ending,
out.
I feel like, was more interesting.
Yeah, but Infinity War's really good. I thought it was better.
It is.
I
Yeah,
think
Infinity
both
was
of them are
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
if we
maybe.
let's take the Wakanda part out of Infinity
Out.
War. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Take Thanos out of the MCU. Okay,
then there
so
is no
anyways.
MCU, buddy.
Black
We're just
Widow.
gonna take scenes out of every movie now.
Black Widow is releasing this May. It's still set to release on May 7th, although there's been a little bit of rumours about it releasing on April 30th in China. That's the next movie. What do you guys think of it?
Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Widow.
Eh?
It's Black Widow.
I don't care. at
Have you
all.
seen that
You don't
Fam-
care about
Family
Black Widow?
Guy? Family
No,
Guy
I
took
mean-
the mick out of it. Have you seen that?
I haven't, no.
No,
I saw the
basically-
trailer again today. and I mean, I'm pretty much in the same boat. It's not as exciting as any of the other movies that are coming out, but I'll definitely watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm more excited about it than I was excited about WandaVision. I was not. I didn't think I was gonna like WandaVision at all. But
All right.
I mean, it's just meh. Like Black
It's the
Widow, I feel like she
MCU,
needs a
it's
movie.
gonna be alright.
I feel like Black Widow needs a movie. Everyone
Mhm.
in the original Avengers had a movie except for
Yeah.
Hawkeye, and he's getting his
I
own
agree.
TV show that's coming out. So, I mean, obviously, I
Yeah.
feel like it's fair, but I'm just not that
I'm
interested.
sure it's going to be a good movie.
Yeah, it's
But
just I don't.
know what it is. It just doesn't.
It's gonna-
doesn't grip me.
Yeah,
I feel
but
like what's
it'll
gonna-
probably just be an enjoyable film to watch anyway. It don't need to have any tie-ins to anything, does it? No, it's
You're
just,
right.
Yeah.
It's just
watch it.
I feel like it's just gonna be the basic Marvel formula. It's gonna
Yeah.
be the bad guy gets power, or good guy gets powers. Bad guy doesn't like good guy. They fight, conflict, and then bad guy goes away, never to be seen again.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Personally, I'm fed up with origin stories, so that's
Yeah,
the one
that's
thing
another
that
thing.
I'm not excited about going forward, because I'm not a big fan of origin stories being told over and over again,
You
and
don't
I
want to
know
watch Spider-Man.
we
then.
haven't got. Oh, my lights nearly fell down on me for a second, man.
Yeah.
That would
so
have been funny.
I know that we need a Black Widow origin story, but it's another origin story.
Hmm.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't
well.
mind origin stories. I mean, we've seen it enough with Spider-Man films,
Yeah.
have we not?
I'm gonna fix my light.
I think if there was any origin stories going away from MCU a minute, I would love to see one on General Grievous or Count Dooku.
Oh my god.
Imagine
I
a
want
film on
General
them.
Grievous.
Yeah,
I want
Grievous
anything
needs
General Grievous.
Imagine him having an origin story film. That'd be mint.
A TV show, because we know what
Yeah.
happens, but like it's if you look into it, I've looked into it. I know what happens.
Yeah.
Many people, a lot of Star Wars fans don't know how Grievous ends up where he is.
Yeah.
So I feel like that'd be such a cool story.
It would be, and I think Dooku needs one. He's interesting how he was a Jedi. I think he needs more light, Dooku.
Dooku, yes, but he has an explained origin.
Yeah.
Yes, and we don't see it, but Grievous just is there.
He needs one,
Like,
yeah, Grievous. He's got an interesting past, so he needs one.
I mean,
Yeah.
back in the so like a year ago, they were releasing Star Wars comics of individual characters, like
Mm.
3 from each era, and it
Yeah.
was Jango, Count Dooku, Grievous, and then Anakin, Obi-Wan, Padme. And I was so excited for the Grievous one, and I picked it up,
Yeah.
and it was just some like normal Grievous stuff. I'm like, what? It's not an
No.
origin. I was so disappointed.
What's the name of
we
his
don't have anything.
species before he's...
Kalish, I think.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Kalish. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Well, anyway, now that Nox is fixing his lights, let's just move on
I
to
fixed
Thor.
it.
Oh, have you? Let's
Yeah,
move
let's
on to
continue.
Thor, Love and Thunder. I am well excited for this
Mhm.
one.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
after Thor
Heimdall
Ragnarok.
could be back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shocker.
If he does come back, that'd be so cool.
That'd
be
to see him
awesome.
surely.
How?
I love
How?
Heimdall. We don't
I
know,
love
man.
Heimdall,
We'll find
but
out.
How? Is he
We'll
just gonna
find
be?
out.
Oh
we'll
my
find
god!
out.
Multiverse.
Could be a
Multiverse
flashback.
Heimdall.
You know, I'm excited
Multiverse.
about this Thor film. I
We
love
just
the
now
s-
revive every dead character in the MCU because of the multiverse.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
we're
probably
getting our
gonna happen.
Quicksilver back, baby. Let's go.
I know.
I
Coming
just can't
back.
wait to hear the soundtrack for this one. Like, Thor
Yeah.
does have good soundtracks. Ragnarok one. That was good.
Ragnarok was a great
Right.
movie.
Yeah.
However,
yes.
Really good.
I feel the first 2 Thor movies were very
Yeah.
average, but
Yeah,
Ragnarok
really picked
smashed
up
it.
now.
I enjoyed it. Man.
Yeah.
I liked.
I enjoyed it.
Okay, unpopular opinion. I liked the first 2 Thor movies.
Yeah, they were all
I
right,
feel like
aren't
it's
they?
very similar to Lord of the Rings. It has that vibe to it, and I like it.
Yeah.
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 I
Yeah,
like
okay.
Lord of the Rings more, but
Oh yeah,
I feel like they're all
so,
right.
so do I.
you know,
Haven't
But-
seen Lord of the Rings still.
What?
you need.
Oh,
so
I'll get
good.
to
I
it.
love Lord of the Rings.
I mean, of course,
love
I'll
it.
get to it. So, what I'm watching right now is Indiana Jones because
Oh.
playing that, and then when I progress to Lego Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, then of
Yeah,
course I'll be
great
watching
Lego
those.
games.
So in due
Great.
time,
But
Wait, can I ask you a
What would you
question?
guys recommend?
Nox,
What would you?
Which is your favourite indie film?
Oh, okay. So, all right. So this is
I
a
like
little
Temple
bit
of
off
the
topic.
Doom.
Okay.
Temple of Doom.
So I watched Raiders. I've only seen the original trilogy because that's all I need to see
Yeah.
for the first Lego game. Unpopularly, when I watched Temple of Doom, that was like my favorite at the time.
It's
And
good.
I think in order, it probably goes Raiders of the Lost Ark, the only movie I've seen twice, then Temple of Doom, and then The Last Crusade. The Last Crusade is good, and Sean Connery's funny, but it doesn't have as much action and violence as I really like in Temple of Doom.
At the end of the day, all the indie films, especially the first 3, they are amazing. Some of the best films made.
Yeah. I want to really rewatch them again, but we've got to move on to other movies and stuff. Otherwise, I won't have a time for anything else.
Lord of the Rings, man.
Yeah, you should watch the Ultimate Editions.
Hobbit's alright.
He'll be there forever.
I really liked Hobbit. I really don't. I get why people don't like them, because apparently The Hobbit was one book and they made it into 3 movies. But I really liked Hobbit.
Who's the actor who plays the Hobbit?
He's the same guy. I don't know his name. It's the same guy who plays
him. Freeman, Martin Freeman. Martin Freeman. That's his name. Martin Freeman. There you go.
Yeah, he's a good,
I like him. And that's why I think when I get to The Hobbit, I'll enjoy it, because I like Martin Freeman.
The first Hobbit film's actually really good, to be fair.
Hobbit's good. Lord of the Rings is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should just watch, man. Just watch.
I'll get to it.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you watch, man.
Watch and learn.
Well, okay. I think we need to backtrack back to Marvel here. We were talking about Thor: Love and Thunder. Heimdall might be back. It looks like he's in some set photos. We started talking about it. How do you think he's going to be back? Either a flashback, multiverse.
I just want him back.
No idea.
Just want him back.
I just want him back.
I mean, Heimdall was probably my favorite Asgardian, I think, even more than Thor. I gotta be honest.
He's a legend.
Yeah, I love Heimdall.
Absolute legend.
Me too.
Or will we see Des and Troy and put them together? They destroy.
Oh, that was okay. Let's skip over that. That was too cringy for me.
Okay, skipping over it, you mentioned set photos. We also got a leaked short video on set of apparently Natalie Portman on set of For Love and Thunder. Now, we don't know if that's true or not, and they don't really show much more than her being a ragdoll in the sky, but Natalie Portman is now buff. It was trending on Twitter a few days ago.
Buff?
She's now buff.
She's a tank.
For Love and Thunder. She's a tank.
Well, I mean, she's confirmed to be playing
she's hit the gym, man. She is hit the gym.
Man, I can't wait to watch Natalie Portman.
She is huge, man.
It's them superhero
Natalie Portman should be in every
fitness
movie.
programs. They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously they're going to be setting up. Girl Thor. I don't remember what her name is. I know she has a name, but I don't remember what it is. There's some female version of Thor, so they're going to be setting that up. Obviously.
For?
I can tell you right now.
Well, just Jane Foster, right? Is it just Jane Foster?
Yes, that's it. Okay, yeah. I
Who's the
didn't remember
one,
her
though?
name, so
Jane Foster.
Jane Foster.
Yeah.
I mean, that's already
Jane
her
Foster's
name.
Thor.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose she just continues to be Jane Foster.
yeah, I didn't remember the name. Yeah,
Played
that's
by
all there is to
Natalie
it.
Portman.
Yeah,
Thank
so
God.
also moving on, big stuff in the MCU right now is Spider-Man No Way Home, but not just Spider-Man 3. There's been rumors of getting an MCU Spider-Man franchise where we get a series of both Tom Holland, so his movies continue from No Way Home and onwards, but then we also get Miles Morales. You get a movie series of Miles Morales, and then he's gonna turn up in the Young Avengers project. This is
Wait, they're gonna make Spider-Man Miles Morales movies? I thought that was a TV show. I'm so down for movies.
a series. It wasn't. I'm not sure. It's rumored either way. But it would be awesome.
Yeah.
This
Oh my
much
God, I love
Spider-Man,
Miles.
I would faint, man.
At the end of the day, they
Spider-Man
might as
is
well
top-notch.
capitalise on it.
It was.
Yeah.
Firstly, Spider-Man is my favourite. So
Yeah.
if they
me
have
too.
all of this, it would just be so sick to have all of that. Would
I
it
guess
not?
the thing for me is I'm not a fan of Young Avengers. I've read into
Right.
it a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of it. Just the approach they took to it, because it was like when you say Young Avengers, you think of like the younger generation, but it's like a kids targeted Avengers, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah. Really? Okay, so
It's
when
like
I think
targeted-
Young Avengers, I think younger Avengers.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
the problem with that is that I feel like the Young Avengers are just going to be the young versions of all the heroes we already have. So it's not going to be very exciting. We're getting a young Spider-Man, maybe a young Thor, maybe a young Iron Man, maybe a young...
Okay, I want to backtrack.
Hulk.
Yeah, the Young Avengers are their own thing. It's not the actual Avengers. The Young Avengers is a different group. It's like Miles Morales. I know.
I know that, yeah.
There's like some... Ironheart probably would be in there.
Okay.
Which is female Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I mean. We'll get a version. I'm afraid
like a version,
that the Young Avengers is just going to be a younger version of, and I don't mean a in the literal sense of Iron Man younger, Tony Stark younger. I don't mean that. I mean a younger variation of the heroes we've already seen in Avengers.
Yeah. So basically, the way it would work is because if Miles Morales was to be in the Young Avengers, there's a completely different universe to the MCU. So, like you say, Tom Holland's a carry on being Spidey. Yeah, so it's split. It's not split into two different franchises as such as it says. It's into two different universes.
So it's not MCU.
So the same as like talking about X-Men and Deadpool. They're a completely different universe to the MCU.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's how that would work with Miles Morales. Miles Morales isn't part of the same universe as Peter Parker.
No, I think this is bringing Miles Morales to the MCU. So he is in this universe with the MCU. That's what this rumor is about.
That's strange because I've just read a rumor saying it's been reported that Sony Marvel is looking to split Spider-Man into two different franchises within the MCU, but then it says one will follow older Peter Parker in university and the others will focus on Miles. Okay, I've read something wrong.
Yeah, this is in the MCU.
I've read something wrong.
So I wanna throw in here. I looked up who is in the Young Avengers.
Okay.
Bucky Barnes, Luke Cage, Ronan.
Barnes?
Yeah. Mockingbird, Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, the real Spider-Woman, and Wolverine, Wiccan, Hawkeye, Hulking, Cassandra Lang, and Vision. That's what came up.
Okay.
How true? Obviously, there's different reruns of Young Avengers, but that's what came up when I searched it up.
With Miss Marvel in the MCU.
Yeah,
we're getting a series, aren't we?
Yeah, that's it.
That's confirmed.
Okay, and talking about series, Blade is starting filming later this year.
Yes,
it's been confirmed or rumored, I think. But then we haven't got a lot to talk about Blade, I don't think.
I do.
You do? Shoot.
Mate,
I think
so.
What you got?
You first.
So I'm a massive fan of Blade.
Yeah. Same.
First of all, I want to ask because I spoke to Astroid just before the show today. Whether he'd seen the original movies, he hasn't. So just before we jump in, have you guys seen the movies?
Yes.
I used to have it on DVD, and I never watched it. I never knew it was Marvel. I thought it was just some action horror movie.
So it is actually Marvel, obviously, that we know now. If I was you, I wouldn't watch all the movies. I'd just watch the first one because it's fantastic. With Wesley Snipes, he's an absolute legend.
Yeah.
Do we know if Wesley Snipes is going to be... I doubt he's playing Blade. Of course he's not going to be playing Blade. Of course he's not. But
he
either way...
No,
he'd be way too old now.
No, they'll get someone new, they'll get someone new.
But either way, go watch the first Blade movie.
He might make a cameo.
So cool.
Might make a cameo in it.
Yeah, and basically it opens up with the first scene. He's in a nightclub, and he basically strolls in because he's a daywalker. If you've ever watched Blade, a daywalker he's basically half vampire, half human, so he can go out in the daytime, whereas other vampires can't. And they call him the daywalker. And basically, he's the hero that goes around and kills off,
I know
vampires.
This is nothing to do with all that now. I don't play Fortnite, but I follow them on Twitter for some reason. They're adding Blade into Fortnite now.
Oh dear!
I just follow it.
I mean, they've added
everything
into Fortnite now.
Yeah,
I think Fortnite's got to the point where it's completely sold out. They've got everything in there now.
I know, it's ridiculous.
I can't wait till they add Colonel Sanders into Fortnite. That'll be awesome.
Oh yeah, they are.
But the Blade movie's going to be R-rated.
Better be.
So yeah.
The
I'm
only
excited
R-rated.
Because Deadpool
R-rated, 3.
Deadpool 3 as well.
Because it's going to be a very gory movie. There's going to be a lot of blood, a lot of chopping heads and cutting bodies.
Yeah, it has to be R-rated. It has to be.
Yeah.
It's like if they did a PG Deadpool, like yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Well, they have, didn't they?
Well,
They
yeah,
done
no, they did a
version of
PG-13.
Deadpool 2. There's
They
a,
did a PG. That was PG-13. It wasn't PG.
that's close enough.
Yeah.
Close
So
enough.
basically, if you haven't seen Blade or you don't know what Blade is about, it's
watch
not
it.
it's not one of these movies like classic Marvel movies where it's family friendly. It's quite a dark.
It's good though. It's very different in it. It's
Yeah,
really
it's
good.
quite a serious movie. And
What are
I'd
they
even
on?
class the first one as a horror
I know they're on
I'd class
something.
it as
Are they
like
on
a
Netflix?
thriller.
They're on Amazon.
Thriller.
Obviously, everything's on Amazon to buy, but I swear I've seen it somewhere before.
I haven't seen it,
It might
on
be on
Netflix.
Netflix. Maybe. I don't
But
know.
either way, Wesley Snipes is a legend. He plays Blade really well. Go watch the first movie before this one comes out so you know a bit about what it's going to be about.
Yeah.
I recommend. That's my recommendation.
Okay.
So I wanted to add my bet.
Go for
Blade
it.
is a. Correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, he's a vampire killer, right?
Yeah.
That plays into that darker, nitty gritty sort of like mystical feel that Marvel has. Like they have. Is Morbius a part of the MCU or not? Because we saw Vulture's in it, Michael Keaton's in it, and I think they're crossing Venom into the MCU. So Morbius is kind of in that category. Blade is going to be in that category. And obviously we have magic stuff already. We have Doctor Strange, WandaVision, of course. So could Blade and Vision and Doctor Strange all meet up at some point and like have like a... Would they all be classed as like some sort of group and have their own side
Well,
missions
if
and
that
stuff?
was
I
to
feel like that'd be
happen,
so cool.
that'd be wicked. But
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
like
like
Blade-
It would be
The
mental, but
Avengers.
I don't think Blade ties into any of this.
No, you don't think so?
The universe he lives in is so
No.
different to the Marvel.
I agree.
universe.
Okay.
Because
okay.
if it's an R-rated movie, they have to push him down to PG for any movies that cross over with like the MCU.
Yeah,
So if
and-
there's
and-
any movies where he ties in with other characters, maybe Deadpool, that would work. But then if he
Yeah.
goes on further, they've got also be R-rated movies if he continues to be the same kind of character.
Yeah, it's just like you said earlier. So many people didn't know that Blade was a Marvel movie or to associate with Marvel because it's nothing like what Marvel do.
Yeah.
And I can't see them tying that into with what people associate with Marvel because I don't think it'd work. The guys cutting vampires out, it's gruesome as you like. I can't see it happening. But
Yeah.
it
It's
might
like-
do. It might do, but I don't think so.
Originally, I never thought that Ghost Rider was anything to do with Marvel. I didn't
Oh,
know they
I
were
like
Marvel
Ghost
movies
Rider.
either.
Oh yeah, at face value, you saw Ghost Rider. I'm like, there's no way he's in Marvel, but I know
Yeah.
very well he's in Marvel now.
Yeah.
I haven't
really like
seen.
Ghost Rider.
I know
I
he's
like
in
Ghost Rider.
Agents of Shield, but it's a different Ghost Rider. I enjoy Ghost Rider as well. I heard the second movie got a lot of stick, and I've only seen like half of the second movie. But
Yeah.
They made a second one.
It's just
Yeah, they
fun
made
they're
it
just fun to
a
watch.
Ghost
aren't
Rider
they?
too, yeah.
They're not to be
I-
took seriously.
that's
I thought that-
like one of my most nostalgic movies. I used to have
Yeah,
that
I
one on
agree with you.
on
Yeah.
DVD.
I thought Ghost Rider and Blade were both one-offs. I didn't think they were.
Nope.
They had more than one.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move away from Marvel. We've got DC, and I think Astrid is
Yes.
gonna wanna
Let's
let his
go.
heart out for
DC,
this one.
man. Here we go.
Justice League. The first thing that I want to say about Zack Snyder's Justice League is that yesterday, or a few days ago now, from when this episode is coming out, it was leaked. The movie was leaked on HBO Max in Tom and Jerry's place for almost 2 hours.
That's
So almost the whole
unreal.
film.
That is unreal.
Oh,
Wait,
well.
the whole film? I didn't even know about this.
The whole movie.
There was a glitch where if you went to play the new Tom and Jerry movie, it would say starting Zack Snyder's Justice League instead.
That
Yeah.
is unreal.
Imagine
And
just
some
putting that
people
on for your
watched it.
kids, like go watch Tom and Jerry, and then now they're just watching. You know,
That's
I mean, some
unreal.
people did. Yeah, some people did. But
Oh,
it was
wow.
only airing for almost 2 hours. So nobody
So
saw the full movie.
Nobody saw the end, but
No.
Oh well.
lots of scenes were leaked.
When is it
I
coming
haven't
out
looked
again?
into
I
it.
forgot the date.
March 18th.
Oh, there you go.
March 18th. Yeah, it is, because I just when I said that, I reminded myself of how Rugged talks in the reaction video we done March 18th.
March 18th.
Wait,
yeah,
is that,
March-
so that's
March
when it
18th,
comes
yeah.
out?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a
Not
que-
long
I've got-
now, less than a week from when this
Yeah, yeah,
podcast episode is coming out.
I've got a question because I might be acting
Mm-hmm.
really stupid, but how are they doing it? Because of like you know,
It's gonna be one long. Okay, so it went back and forth. Originally, they
Mm-hmm.
weren't sure how they were gonna do it, and after a lot of debate, because the executives wanted it to be a movie, Zack Snyder wanted to be 4 different parts, like available to watch, like a series, but it's a movie, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
what
like
they
Falcon
ended
and
up-
Winter Soldier. That's like a one
Yeah.
big movie, but in
yeah,
episodes.
so like that's how Zack wanted to do it. Warner Bros wanted to have it be one movie, and so since Warner Bros allowed Zack to finish his vision, they're gonna go with their vision. So it's gonna be one 4-hour movie. Originally, for a
Yeah.
long time, it was gonna be the
4-hour
4-parter,
movie.
but they just
I
recently
prefer
changed
that.
it.
I prefer
I-
4-hour movie.
I like the 4-hour movie too, because I wouldn't want to sit down and wait. Like, this isn't a
Yeah,
TV
yeah.
show.
Yeah,
The
you
You
movie
don't want to
did-
wait for it per week, do you?
Yeah, but my question
you-
is how are they releasing it? Are they just Are they
It's
just
just
gonna
gonna be
release it?
Mm-hmm.
it's just gonna be
Just
released
goes
on
up.
HBO Max.
That's
Yeah, it just
really
goes up.
weird, though, isn't it? You might as well wait for all 4 parts to come out and just.
No, man, don't get them changing their mind now.
Oh.
We're getting it all at once.
No. I want it all at once.
Yeah.
I
me
am
too,
not
agree.
waiting for that Deathstroke and
Damn.
Joker appearance.
Our next episode of this podcast is going to have the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the Justice League movie.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna go for so long about Justice League.
And then hopefully the
dear.
week after that, we should have Lego Star Wars news.
Ah, we got big episodes
hopefully.
coming.
Big episodes. Big,
yeah,
big,
there
big.
you go.
Subscribe.
We also got a CGI trailer for the Justice League, which I mean personally I watched it and I wasn't all too impressed. Now I haven't seen the original movie, so I expect the CGI is probably
Oh
a
my
lot
gosh.
better. But even then, I could still see there was one shot with Wonder Woman where she was just standing. I didn't really like. It didn't look real. It looked like CGI. And then you also got another shot with Superman where you can see his face, and his face looks really weird.
Okay, yeah. So I want to address that. If you've seen the
Yeah.
movie, you know why that's the case. Henry Cavill had to grow out his beard for another movie, and he had to finish some of the reshoots with the beard. So what they did is they CG'd his mouth without a beard, and it looks
that's
so
terrible.
bad.
Oh.
Like
That's
the opening
awful.
the opening sequence of the movie is 2 kids walking up to Superman after he saves some woman from a burning building, and they ask him a couple questions, and it's literally just focused on Superman's face the whole time, and it looks terrible.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
dear.
And will it be that bad in the new movie?
No, probably not. Honestly,
That's probably been
be
reshot
surpri-
again, hasn't it?
So
I
because
thought they
all the
just cut
people
that bit
working
out.
on CGI are busy on Godzilla vs King
Oh
Kong.
yeah,
I
of
mean.
course, because it's Zack's cut, so it's not going to be everything in the original movie and more. It's going to be a completely different
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet they just cut that bit out because it wasn't necessary at all.
Yeah.
Man.
So I think. So Nox, have you seen the other trailers for the original movie?
Ooh. Yes, I think I've seen the. I don't know. I can't remember.
I've
seen all the trailers. I've seen all of the trailers for the new movie.
Right. Have you seen the original Steppenwolf?
Yeah,
No.
I've seen comparisons. I've
Oh,
seen
he's
a
so
few,
much better.
I've
CG
seen a
is
few
so much better.
comparisons. Yeah, is he the guy that hits with? Is he got like a big axe? I mean,
He's got
everyone's
the
got
big
like a big
axe and the horns.
Yeah. I've seen. He like hits somebody off like a horse or something
Yeah.
at one point. Yeah, I've seen that
Justice
comparison.
League good anyway, the normal one.
No, apparently it's really bad. That's the
No,
whole
I
point.
ain't, I ain't seen it.
It's a load of
I don't
rubbish.
either.
Right.
Yeah, the Steppenwolf is just kind of meh.
We're
Meh.
also getting a black and white version of this movie.
Oh,
So
yeah,
not only
yeah.
isn't in your classic 16:9 ratio, but it's going to be in 4:3. So it's going to be a square, which means we get to see more of a shot, which is better. It's not going to be cropped down to that 16:9 ratio because it was originally filmed, I think, in 4:3. So we're going to be able to see more in this movie, just in terms of aspect ratio. But Zack said that his way of watching the movie, or the way he originally wanted people to watch the movie, was in black and white. So
in black and white, what?
Black and white. So we are getting a black and white version of this movie come to HBO Max with an unknown release date.
That's unreal.
I thought it was just releasing alongside it.
That could be.
No, I don't think so.
That could be interesting though.
Dude, all you have to do is put a filter on the movie.
Turn the saturation down.
Literally, just add a setting. Just add a setting.
I think they'll most probably do a bit more than just go bang.
Yeah,
here's
no,
a
you got to
Snapchat
adjust it right on black and white.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't even see the advantage to having that to be a part of the even original movie. Like, why would you want it to be black and white?
He's probably a fan of classic movies, classic like black and white movies.
Right, but why would you want that to be in a 2020? No, it was a 2018 released movie.
Some people like
because
that, though,
the way I look at it is the same with music. I like some of the new songs that come out. I enjoy, but for the most part, the new generation of music is god awful. But when you listen to old music come out nowadays, or just people from the 80s, say, so, or the 90s, or like Oasis, if they was to bring out a song now, it would sound better than like anything anyone else is bringing out now. Or there's a singer called Paul Weller. He brought out "You Do Something to Me" with a new artist recently, and it's pretty old music, but it's brought out nowadays, and it's better than what's out nowadays. Yeah. So I feel like if he feels that those classic black and white movies are really good and where it's at, he's trying to bring the younger generation into that kind of media.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's fair. That's a good point. I'd say that's a big point.
There's scenes in the movie that I think would look terrible in black and white.
Oh yeah, oh well, but it is what it is.
Either way,
there's probably really dark scenes, like as in like it's really black, and it would just look really black, I suppose.
There's a lot of
scenes. Why they're probably gonna have to tweak it instead of just desaturating it.
There's a lot of scenes in a tunnel. There's like a whole sequence that takes place with Batman in a crawler and Aquaman coming in and stopping a wave of water. We see all of this in the trailers.
But the amount of light won't change, so it won't really
but like
be
it
worse.
would look. I feel like it would look so meh,
desaturated.
I mean,
like there's not much to look at already. I mean, and then you make it black and white. It's like
either way, we're going to be getting both versions. So it's just one of those things. Yeah. But either way, guys, let's move on. So we're just about to jump to Star Wars, but just before we do, we know that Black Adam's going to be starting filming next month with our absolute guy, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and Superman and Lois has had a few bits of discussions. We talked about it in the previous episode that they have renewed for a season 2 by a CW, but there's not too much to talk about that. So we're going to jump straight into Star Wars. So should we start with The Bad Batch?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Who's got to say about that?
Fennec Shand is returning. We've got an animated look at Fennec Shand from The Bad Batch. Now, I must say, I think I'm going to let you guys guide the discussion for The Bad Batch because, as I've said, don't really know much about the ending of the Clone Wars. So,
this is another discussion for me. All right, it looks terrible. Anyways, no, it's not that bad. I feel like a lot of people really expected more, but they don't realize that this is the Clone Wars art style. A lot of people didn't like the Clone Wars art style in the beginning, and now they're complaining that Rebels wasn't the Clone Wars art style. So I feel like it's just something you're going to get used to. I feel like that still wasn't a good angle of her either, I'll be honest. I don't think... I think it did her dirty. But I really do feel like Fennec Shand being in this is going to be awesome. I'm really excited. And I think we just wait until she gets on the big screen before you hate on the appearance, because I think she's going to look a lot better.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Just everything you just said. Let's just wait to see how she actually looks on the screen.
Animation at all, except from I love Rebels to bits, but Yoda in Rebels, oh my god, that is terrible.
The order?
Yoda, sorry, it's my accent. Yoda in Rebels.
Yoda.
I thought you said order.
No, Yoda in Rebels looks terrible.
Order.
Anyways, Yeah, Yoda in Rebels is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I don't understand why they would.
Oh, okay.
Nah, they would
Who
do
sat
that.
down and looked at that and be
Okay.
like, "That's good. Everyone's gonna
That's
love
good,
that.
yeah.
That's a good one."
I
That's the
like
one.
Rebels a lot, though.
Oh wow, that's Yoda and Rebels.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
Yikes.
that's yikes. Yikes is the word for it.
That's
Wow.
It's bad. It's really bad.
I can't even make a comment. That's gonna give me nightmares.
I
Looks
actually
like
haven't had a look. Give me a
Imagine
second.
going
Let's have
to
a look at
that
this.
for advice. You would not take advice from
Just search up Star Wars Rebels Yoda.
Yeah, let's have a look at it.
Ridiculous.
He looks like a green.
Jeez!
He looks like a green hobbit.
That is awful.
It's
It is,
really,
man.
really bad.
I mean, I thought the Clone Wars done him bad, but that's a different level.
I don't think the Clone Wars did him that bad compared to that. That's unreal.
I like
Compared
the
to
Clone Wars
Count,
Yoda.
compared to how Count Dooku was done in Clone Wars, Yoda got the good end of the stick.
I like Count Dooku
Yeah.
in Clone Wars.
Yeah, I think he's alright. I think.
Yeah, I don't
think
think
he's
he's
alright.
Christopher Lee's head is a perfect circle, and they decided to make his head a
Rectangle.
trapezoid.
That's only because they gave him this massive beard that just doesn't exist. Like he
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
have that massive beard in episode 2 or episode 3, but either way in the Clone Wars he does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
doesn't. They did
whatever.
Dooku dirty.
Okay, so Kenobi, I'm sorry if I mispronounce this. I don't know how to pronounce this, but Indira Varma has been cast as a secret character, and again I don't know how to pronounce this, but she is Ilaria Sand from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
She is, yeah. And in Game of Thrones, I think she was quite annoying. I didn't really like her character. I was happy when we didn't see her anymore. Can't remember how it ended. But and I'm happy to see Game of Thrones actors in Kenobi.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Pedro Pascal's and Mando.
Yeah.
More from Game of Thrones.
Do you reckon we'll ever see the
Yeah.
mountain? in
Yes,
Star
he is.
Wars?
Yeah.
What would the mountain be in Star Wars?
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably one day. I think the only reason why he's cast so much is because he is huge.
Yeah.
What's his
yeah.
name? It's Thor Mig.
I
He's-
forgot
it's
his
a-
name.
I can't pronounce it, but his name's Thor.
You know how many calories he
and
has a day?
A lot.
He has
Probably.
about 10,000.
He probably eats. He probably eats the weight of you every day.
Yeah, when he makes an omelette in the morning, he puts 8 eggs in one omelette.
That's unreal.
That's crazy. Well, you seem like a mountain simp. So anyway, let's move on. Okay, so So talking about Kenobi, in the new Andor series, Kenobi and Ahsoka are rumored to be in it, which takes the value of Andor from here to, as you guys can definitely see me, here, which is a big gap.
That's weird for us. We're just sat here in the dark. We don't know what you've done there.
And you don't know what I'm doing now, so
It's gonna be a lot. I think that because Kenobi and Ahsoka could be in Andor, that the series is gonna be much better than I was hoping for or I expected.
I was expecting it to be really good. I think that a Star Wars spy thriller was going to be awesome. I don't even know how I feel about them bringing Obi-Wan and how are they going to do that? I mean, I can see them bringing in one or the other, but how are they going to do both?
I get that because the one good thing about Rogue One is that it's not Jedi and Sith all the bloody time like every other Star Wars movie is. It's unique in the fact that it's in the Star Wars universe, but it's not Jedi and Sith. It's just like characters in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Rebels,
Yeah.
obviously. So maybe if Andor followed in its footsteps, it would get the same amount of praise. And I do understand that bringing in Kenobi and Ahsoka will kind of interrupt that fluidity.
Well, there's no way they're going to be major roles. Like, Vader was not the main villain in
No.
Rogue One, but he made the Rogue One infinitely better. I feel like it's going to be the
I
same
like Rogue
case
One.
with that. Rogue One
Rogue
is my
One-
second favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
We
really
might
like
just see
Rogue
him
One.
on holograms. It might just be something like that, where we see
I
him
could
giving
see-
orders or something.
I could see Obi-Wan on a hologram, but I don't think they're going to...
No, not so.
do that for a
It could be the
Okay,
message
yeah.
from Rebels. You never know. This is
Yeah, that's what I was
Master
thinking.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. The Jedi Order has been...
Yeah.
has fallen.
Very good message.
That is
And-
the best impression I've ever heard in my life.
I wasn't even trying there. I could do one where I actually try.
Okay, let's go. Let's hear it.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
wait,
on.
no, I wasn't actually.
Go on.
What is he? I need to. I'll get this the thing he says, and then I'll actually say it.
Yeah,
Well,
get,
hello
get,
there.
get yourself a.
I think we all
I think
should
hello
do
there's
it
a good
and
start.
vote who has the best.
Oh, dude, I can't.
Hello there.
Okay.
Obi-Wan's message. Okay. This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to inform that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder to any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple.
Beautiful.
That wasn't that good.
I
Beautiful.
definitely think that you sound more like the Clone Wars Kenobi than you do.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Ewan McGregor.
I do.
Yeah, I agree.
I heard that. Yeah.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Okay, so Ahsoka being in Andor. Now we're moving on to more spin-off Star Wars TV shows. The Rangers of the Old Republic, is that what
New
the TV
Republic.
show's called? The New Republic.
New Republic.
Yeah.
The New
yeah.
Republic.
Republic.
Okay.
That's
Cara Dune's
interesting.
role has been rumored to be replaced by Hera Syndulla.
Yes.
What's your thoughts?
Thank God.
I love hearing
Amen to that.
I also say thank God.
Amen.
I never liked Cara Dune, not even because of the actress. I just didn't like her. She was so
Yeah.
bland, and she was not
Yeah.
good at acting. Anyways.
Yeah,
I'm
I did. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I was
Hera
never a fan of Cara Dune.
bringing Hera into live action is going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to make the
definitely.
series infinitely better. Even if they took the exact same story, and just changed the main character to Hera, it would just do so much better with literally everyone.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like
What's
Hera
the
is
thing?
a
What's
very
the
likable
thing
character.
that family has? What's it called? You know the thing
What
that
do
they
you mean?
build. It's in Rebels.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I
It's
don't
like a statue.
know.
If you watch Rebels.
I haven't seen Rebels.
You on about the
I-
droid?
I've seen all of Rebels, and I have no clue what you're talking
The
about.
You on
statue
about
that
the
she
droid?
holds that they steal off her. It's really important to their kind and the family.
You on about
Oh, the
Chopper?
Kalikori.
Yeah, the Calicori. Yeah, that's it. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I've gone down the complete wrong route there, haven't I?
yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what you got.
Mind you, it's
I don't
probably
know
me
what-
not
I don't know what you're
explaining
on about.
very well, but
It just-
that's
I can't. No, let's not explain what the Kalikori is, because that's very important for
Yeah,
Rebels.
yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see the Kalikori in the Rangers of the New Republic. I think having Hera, having her basically her own TV show now after Rebels, also lines up with the Ahsoka timeline.
Yeah.
So now Rangers of the New Republic is going to tie in with Ahsoka.
It's
and
just a
Ahsoka
Rebels
ties in with
season
Mando.
2, isn't it now? I mean, like, not
Yeah, it's
season
gonna
2.
all
New
it's gonna
Rebels.
all be it's gonna all work very well together.
Yeah.
There's Star Wars multiverse, like the TV multiverse now.
And
I was
Star Wars
literally,
has
I was
my
literally
favourite
going to say
Jedi
it's
in
like
it.
the MCU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Marvel all over again. Oh,
Just-
God.
Do you reckon we'll see
Now think of the-
Kanan in live action? I know he's
No.
dead, but
Kanan
I mean,
Jarrus.
he's such a good
Well,
Jedi.
you just spoiled that for Nox, but
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I
Alright.
didn't know that. I mean,
He's,
okay.
he's my favourite Jedi.
Forget it. Forget it.
Yeah, forget it. Okay, right, forgotten.
answer
then.
no.
Right.
I'm so
sorry, who
sorry.
died? Did you say? Did you something about a cannon?
Moving on.
Yeah, Kanan
Okay, right.
died, yeah.
So, talking about Ahsoka, I mean, all that's all we're talking about is Ahsoka. Ezra
yeah.
and Thrawn could be getting their own TV series. It's been rumored. Could this, or surely this will be continuing from the Ahsoka series? So
I would be, yeah.
So if we get an Ezra and Thrawn TV series, that's probably because Ezra and Thrawn both turned up in the Ahsoka series,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Definitely.
it would make sense.
Nox, wait. I don't think, Nox, you should lead this discussion.
You think I should leave this discussion?
He hasn't
No,
watched
I don't think.
Rebels.
No, I don't think you should
You don't
lead
think I
it.
should? Okay, then you lead it.
I
Go
will lead
ahead.
the discussion.
Okay.
I don't think. Okay, I just because you're gonna make us spoil it for you. So
Okay. I'll sit
Ezra
back.
and Thrawn, I don't really think they're gonna get their own series. I think they're just this leak is just them appearing in the Ahsoka show. But if it turns out that they did get their own spin-off show, that means something huge happens in Ahsoka between those two.
Yeah.
Because I can't see. This is why I should have lived the discussion. Why would it be those two beyond where we left them? Because obviously Ahsoka sees, that's what I'm going to say, sees them and they are there, right? But how Oh my god, this is so hard to explain.
Just
Why
spoil
would
it.
it
I've
be
already
those
said
two
that Kanan
characters?
dies.
Okay, just spoil it.
Okay,
Okay, so if
spoil
they're crashed in the unknown regions, stranded alone, why is there a spin-off show that connects to the Ahsoka show about just them two that continues with the Star Wars story? Unless it's like directly after Rebels and it takes place like during the Mandalorian, I guess. And it's like its own thing.
Okay.
But I don't really. How interesting can you really get with that? I feel like that's going to be after. But like, why would it still follow Ezra and Thrawn if they split up?
It'd still be cool
that's-
to see something on them though.
I mean, yeah, obviously, I'm not complaining, but
Thrawn's
it's just this
such a good
rumor.
character.
I'm more questioning the rumor than I am the show.
Right.
Yeah, I personally feel that if they're going to get their own show, they will be a part of Ahsoka before that.
Yeah.
And then it will lead into that own show. That's all I'm going to say. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone or Nox, but yeah.
Right, like
Okay.
it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
I think we
move.
should.
Yeah,
let's move
should we finish
on
up
from.
on... Go on, Fast 9 and Venom?
Yes, Venom.
Yeah.
I am hyped.
Mm.
Venom.
Fast and Furious 9 and Venom Let There Be Carnage are releasing on the same day, apparently, June 25th.
Oh.
That's
We
unreal.
needed.
There you
We
go.
better be. We're gonna get a Venom trailer really soon then.
Yeah, I mean, surely, if it's June 25th, I mean, it's
Yeah.
got to
Yeah.
be sometime soon. Have we even
I
got a
can't- I
Fast and
can't
Furious
wait.
9 trailer yet?
I don't know actually, but to be honest, in this discussion, I'm more excited for Venom. I won't lie.
I
Yeah,
mean,
me
I'm more
too.
excited for Venom, but I'm still looking forward for Fast 9.
I've
If
never
the
watched
trailer
a
looks good
Fast
and they
and
don't go
Yeah.
to space or do some extravagant Superman technology
I'm
crap.
probably not gonna watch it. I've only seen 3 of the Fast and
I've
Furious
never
movies.
seen any.
All right, okay.
you
Well,
not?
I've seen
some of them
I've seen
are
3
movies.
in the middle. Like it
No.
wasn't even the beginning ones. I've seen 3 in the middle. So like I haven't seen the most recent one. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not-
Hobbs and Shaw
gonna watch it.
isn't great. They're going in a direction that is quite unrealistic. I think the older movies were very grounded, and that's why people like them so much.
Yeah.
But then the newer movies, they're kind of going away from that a bit, and I hope they ground Fast 9 because they've got to get back into the rhythm of making good movies and not, crazy movies.
Too over the top, doing
Over the
like
top,
triple
yeah.
backflips, throwing a tank, and
Yeah.
God knows what else.
Driving
Like-
in space.
Driving in space, man, doing like I don't know triple backflips with. Yeah.
driving in space. Oh.
No, they don't. They don't.
They don't do that. I hadn't even watched it.
That's an
But
acid trip
either
right
way, with Venom, I love Carnage as a character, so I cannot wait to see that in movie form. He's gonna look fantastic, so I can't wait just to see a trailer. I just can't wait, man. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be so sick.
Well,
Yeah.
that is pretty much everything in it today. We've done game news,
Yeah.
movie news, lots of exciting
think
stuff.
so.
And the next couple of episodes, like you said, we're going to be discussing Justice League. We're going to be discussing Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The next lot of episodes are going to be fire. But anyway, thank you for watching episode 3 of the Bonus Level podcast. Lots of good discussions done today. You can listen to this on Spotify. And thank you to our Patreon supporter, who is Sultan Al-Sword. If I pronounce it wrong, I am so sorry. I'm not good at pronouncing anyway with this British Northern accent.